Citizens of the Reject Nation, look who's back in the office here. Mr. Coy Jandreau.
I'm safe to be around and excited about it and the show.
I am so pumped to be watching X-Men 97 with you right next to me. Coy literally just shot a very long video for Coy's Comic Corner ranking the X-Men movies with Deadpool included. It's absolutely one of the best ones he's ever shot. I can't wait for you guys to see it. Probably going to be a couple weeks till it's out because he talked for an obnoxiously long time.
I love the X-Men.
A lot of fervor in that video, I'll tell you. Right now, we are drinking some hydration G Fuel drinks. God knows he needs it. G Fuel, thank you for partnering with us. As per usual, we rely on these. No caffeine in these, so it's perfect for these midnight shoots. And we'll talk more on them after the reaction. But yeah, thank you for this ongoing partnership. Ladies and gentlemen, I just love this show. I can't wait. Three-part finale. Three-part finale, guys. Leave in the comments what you thought about this episode. Slash that like button like you are Wolverine. Subscribe and click the notification bell to get notified when a reaction is up for the next episode. Thank you to Prep for helping us look good. And thank you to all who have been joining us at our Patreon page. That's where you get the full-length reaction watch along where you sync up with your own copy of X-Men 97. So it's like Coy and I are hanging out with you in the room, watching the entire episode with you. And we also cover several things over there exclusively with highlights and watch-alongs included. Last but not least, thank you to all who have been buying yourself, to me, my Walkman t-shirts. That's right, Professor X and his Walkman Xavier chair. Listen to the X-Men animated intro song. I ordered mine because I was like, yeah, I could order it early. Well, mine is missing a word.
Oh, that's funny.
It's missing a nah. But everyone who ordered one, which is a lot of you guys, thank you all. It's one of the best ways to support the channel. You got a proper amount of nahs in there. Don't worry, guys. And also, tag us on social media when you do receive your shirt. I would love sharing those posts. Coy, you ready to do this?
Beyond ready.
Let's do it. All right, guys, we can do this together, Coy. What's new?
It's okay. Okay, I assume there'll be something this time.
The music makes you like, gear up. Let's go.
Engage. Yeah.
Every time
it's still exciting every time.
Professor X is in here. Okay.
Oh, yeah, he's probably comes home this episode.
Uh-huh. No. Hey, they brought that back. They brought that from the original.
Oh, that island's back. That wasn't, I don't think, last time.
Yeah, I think this is the first one where they had Professor X in the title.
So he comes back from Shi'ar space.
And yeah, looking like this. Huh, guys?
Yeah, huh?
Apparently, his mutant power includes vanishing from any room I enter.
He's stubborn. Wonder where he got it.
Any word why Bishop's not with him?
He's an abandoned child.
They were separated in the time stream. Nathan, a Cable, landed in the future alone.
Oof.
I sent Nathan away to give him the best possible future, and it was so horrible he's come back to stop it.
Eesh.
Parental guilt.
Your son came back because he needs his father.
Ever thought to ask the professor to show me how he did what he did so well? Be a father.
It's gonna be like a family episode.
Fathers and sons.
His name is Bastion. In my timeline, he used the fallout from Genosha to get backing for his Prime Sentinel program.
Oh, they used an image from the comics. That's great.
The Prime Sentinels are created using the same techno-organic virus Sinister infected me with as a baby.
It's coming full circle.
Giving birth to a new apex species designed to replace mutants like humans did Neanderthals.
Bastion's evolutionary war lasted 300 years.
So another dystopia where Logan's the last to die.
Bastion saved humanity by upgrading them.
Oh.
Any mutant who survived was put to work.
How awful.
Xavier's dream came true.
Polaris.
Ushered in a bright and peaceful future as its backbone.
Oof.
Why the heck didn't you stop Genosha?
Take a seat, Logan.
That's my son.
Daddy's own.
Each time we attempt to stop the attack on Genosha, we are temporally pulled away from the event.
Interesting.
So he needs them.
The mystics of Kamartaj speak of absolute points, events that occur across all timelines.
Kamartaj reference.
Yeah.
It was you. You're why Madeline was happy when she saw you.
But a rebel in my future got a lead on one of Bastion's facilities in your time. But at least now, I can avenge her.
He said avenge.
Who exactly is Bastion?
Details are sketchy, but best guess?
Origin
he's
story.
some type of backup android that Master Mold uploaded into after you took him down.
We need to do reconnaissance.
You could also watch Coy's breakdown on his solo channel.
Got you.
That machine killed my mother.
We need to make sure he doesn't do the same to anyone else.
Couple centuries late in the overprotective dad bit, huh?
Both of you, stop it. Look.
Whoa.
Our empire shall welcome a new emperor, Professor Charles Xavier.
Damn.
What a way to find out.
Scandal exposed.
This
They televise
shocking
this?
off-world transmission was
How did it
released
reach?
by the UN, who now fear the X-Men faked their mentor's death.
Oh no.
Oh, they're gonna get blamed.
The reports that Xavier's assassin, Henry Gyrick, was found murdered in Mexico City today.
Oh, the timing looks so
Great
suspect.
framing.
Bastion's been playing us from the get-go. It's
so
time
clever.
to turn the tables and end his twisted plans for the future.
E is for extinction. Right, Coy?
It is. And tolerance is extinction.
And it's a shame, because it gives all
10 cases of wine.
A striker.
Striker.
Yeah.
I'm hosting a fundraiser here for Genosha. Somebody needs to help those poor souls. The X-Men certainly aren't.
We were trying to keep you people from coming after the professor again.
You people.
Ah, there it is. Humans.
You can help her, Miss Grey.
Yes, and please call me Jean.
Madeline preferred her first name too.
Do these comparisons make you comfortable, Gene?
Hear about this every episode.
It's odd. I see her son, and I remember him kicking inside me, and Scott listening, and those cravings for oranges with cottage cheese.
Sense memories.
And I remember holding him for the first time, knowing human or mutant, he's perfect. But it's all a lie.
Yeah, would you feel that way if you were there?
Are merely dim images echoing with emotion. Does it matter if you heard his first cries? If you remember how it felt to hear them?
Oh, that's such a cool tree fall in the forest reversal.
I was abandoned by my mother Mystique as an infant. Despite our shared blood, I was too blue for her. I met Rogue years later. We could have been enemies or strangers. Unlike our mother, we chose not to abandon each other.
Such a family-driven episode.
To let go of the past and simply be family. Blood is blood. Family is a choice.
Amen to that. Dude, he drops these empathy bombs. The wisdom.
Priest Wagner just doing the work.
Now go attack the president and do something
Yeah.
cool.
Ban Finn.
I'm uploading the coordinates for you now. That's where you'll find Bastion.
Make it fast, McCoy. The villagers got their hands on pitchforks and torches.
So Bastion leverages Xavier really interesting in the comics, and they're leveraging him differently here, but I'm curious if it all ends in the same result.
Well, it's all to negatively affect the X-Men.
Yeah, it's all...
Have the humans turn against the mutants.
Bastion's very own Dr. Mengele.
Is it wrong that I'm turned on?
I mean, come on. Rogue sees something in him right there.
I knew Mengele. It could have been so much more.
Is she working with?
I'm using Bastion. Pig pens brimming with mutant test subjects. That's my dream.
Your plans will be thwarted.
As well, no government has claimed responsibility.
100X.
Yeah, that's a comic cover that's usually Wolverine in that spot.
I didn't know. I'm sorry. Please, talk to me. You must have something to say.
Ooh, the shadows on his eyes. You know, looking at his body there makes me realize Ian McKellen was a lazy piece of shit.
Come on, Ian McKellen.
God.
It's a comic book movie. Go to the gym.
Go to the fucking gym.
The X-Men locking up the lead suspect behind Genosha in their basement is a pretty big headline.
A good doctor's been hoisted by his own petard. Now a cyborg variant of the very machines he invented.
Hey Siri, what does petard mean?
Petard is a historical...
It's answering.
This address doesn't look like any Sentinel facility I've seen.
Whoa, this neighborhood looks like out of Dark Phoenix.
Jean?
Oh, it's her memories.
Sentinel facility.
Oh, I think it is.
This is Bastion's childhood home.
Never mind. Stark Expo. Stop. Always
Tie-ins,
notice.
tie-ins.
Always notice it.
Yeah. Reference. Oh.
I sense another mind.
My son said you'd come get me tomorrow.
I love the horror.
Now, please, make yourselves at home while
Even,
I pack.
even a familial theme with Bastion.
Bastion was raised as a person and then discovered his hatred for mutants. He didn't realize what he was until later.
I see a child who could hear things. Not thoughts. Machines.
Oh, how unsettling.
And how like being a mutant that would feel, but still not accepted.
And the boy's father, a school janitor, being infected by something from the future. Sentinel technology. Nimrod. Creating something new.
Oh, interesting.
And future.
Sebastian?
A product of times.
Will I ever be normal?
You are normal. You're my son.
What did he do?
He's descended of every Sentinel from Master Mold to Nimrod. Mutated, evolved, born.
Eerie. He's like John Connor in Terminator Genesis.
Everyone loves that.
So I hand humanity Genosha. Overload their bandwidth. Too much to compute. Because when your skin's not in the game, apathy's your answer.
Ooh, that is dark and genius.
Dr. Doom.
Next time I'll send memos. Right now we press on with the rollout.
Your Sentinel program.
And Zemo!
Can't go wide so long as leaders like President Kelly see the X-Men as allies.
Oh, President Kelly reference?
We also request Dr. Cooper stay with you to ensure those memos go out.
Not sure who that is.
Mystery woman figure. Zemo was cool. I didn't expect that.
Operation Zero Tolerance. Trask Sentinels, they're too blunt. Mutants spot them a mile away. We need something deadly but discreet.
Prime Sentinels.
This fella was your average Joe. People like Joe turn to dial-up chat rooms to speak freely.
Dial-up chat rooms, okay.
Builders lay off a dozen workers and hire one mutant with the strength of 10 men. What's a taxi driver supposed to do when a teleporter gets you there in a blink?
I love how he speaks like an entrepreneur.
Yeah, with a side of they're taking our jobs.
Over and over that the future is leaving them behind. But I invite them to be relevant again.
Wow, he speaks like an opportunist, a visionary.
He is Silicon Valley, like literally.
Yeah.
He is.
Maybe a mutant flirts with one of them at a local dive bar and...
Oh, man.
You said you were building a new Sentinel, not weaponizing civilians.
You sound like a dinosaur fretting the fate of an asteroid before impact.
I'm more concerned you're the asteroid, Bastion.
Exactly. He's the real Sinister One.
He was a hard pregnancy, Sebastian. It's important to cherish every second with your child. Let me show you his best one. Painted it when he was 16.
Jesus.
Final Dream, he called it. Like all good art.
Oh, it's in her. Put it in his own mom.
Whoa.
Oh, the contorting.
It imitates life.
Prime Sentinel out of his mom.
This is all new to her.
While you give her time, you're giving me this new outfit.
Ooh, new
Nice.
suit-ups.
Yo, Ford, a little privacy.
How many did he...
Oh.
Recalibrated Cerebro to scan for cyborg brain frequencies like Trask's.
Would they know they're Sentinels?
Trask didn't. Not at first.
Damn, what's that terminology where you're like activated killer?
Oh, like Winter Soldier?
Yeah, I forgot that term is.
That, though.
Yeah. Sleeper killer?
Sleeper cell agents?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that kid's face.
We must warn the team.
Don't.
Oh, Trish!
Hey, Trish, no!
Oh, poor Hank.
You'll spoil his surprise.
So is he just placed in all of humanity?
All those years telling us to face the future, your future. But now...
I love that it's still man versus humanity in its own way.
Well, it's an invention of man.
The next step of man, the next step of humanity, yeah.
I gotta talk to Hank about his taste in women.
Cable, any of those nifty grenades of yours?
I love how they're always painted like zombie-esque.
Yeah, the bioorganic virus, techno-organic virus, making
His
it...
entire hometown into...
Nathan, Jean, run!
Woo! Man, just one was hard. Oh, man, last episode really showed you that one is hard enough as it is.
And this society has been taken over. Oh, yeah! Pick him up, pick him up, pick him up, swashbucklers!
She's back running through a mall, just like the first episode.
Yeah, she should be.
Hey, he's using his powers in public where everyone can see. This is what I was worried about.
Yep, it's everybody. It's 90% of everybody.
Oh no, the whole mansion's burning down.
Yeah, the Operation Zero Tolerance is a crazy story.
Oh wow, Wolverine
Just
actually stabbing
murked
someone.
Trish. Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Yes.
Awesome.
Oh, that was incredible. Just taking him out as he. Oh, that was incredible.
Terrifying. That is horrifying. They're hovering over.
Why resist the inevitable?
Lady, I got 6 reasons why.
Yeah!
That's
Oh, my friend. 9.
9. Clever wordplay.
Awesome.
Yes, swashbuckling.
Ooh, I got nipple too.
Yeah, dude, this is so cool.
Oh, with the string music, like an island. Yeah.
Oh.
Defend.
Seeing these two fight back to back is so special.
Oh, they can go all day though. Great shot. Great shot.
No.
They must get them away from Rogue.
I like how they keep the details on the slashes of their clothes.
Yeah, good call. I love how Kurt fights.
Oh, this is excellent.
Whoa! He's bamfing him. Oh, that was incredible!
Whoa!
That's what it feels like to bamf.
Throw you in the perspective?
That was
Damn.
so sick. Attached by a sentinel getting pulled through time and space.
That shot, they're like falling like meteors from the sky.
That was incredible. The cinematography in this episode is insane.
Activate.
Oh, Sunspot.
He is unleashed.
I know. I've been practicing in the danger room.
Have you now?
Oh, is she coming back?
Man, it's happening everywhere.
Whoa.
I just love how relentless and adaptable they are.
And so many. Oh. So many human beings have died.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
I think that's a nod to his blue car in the X-Men live action. I like that.
Oh, shit.
They're boxing us in. Time stop me anything when you can't go back. Plow forward.
My man.
Okay, let's show these toasters why you don't screw with the summer.
Yes. Concussive blast drifting.
Oh, shit. Damn, that's so cool. Literally blasting through a mountain.
And then the
She's using her powers with so much ease.
Man, that was awesome.
Like she's so like confident with it.
Feels like a dance.
Mom, these killer robots are trying to kill me.
We do not kill mutants. We save them. Stand down.
No. Oh, you better make a decision, Mom.
Meu filho, do what the men say.
Wow.
You did it. You saved the world.
Is that what you call it?
That human wretch let Magneto out.
Oh,
She
God.
lost her mind.
Too little, too late.
That's what you think. Oh my God, then Xavier and Magneto are gonna team up.
Yeah, and Storm's coming back.
You just had to let the dog out. Do you understand the futility of your bleeding heart, of fighting the future?
You're a monster.
I was born this way.
Does speak with acceptance.
In Genosha, I felt a lot of things. But you know what the oddest thing was? No one seemed shocked or surprised. Not even me. Really, I just had the most profound sense of deja vu. Past, present, and future didn't matter and never had, because we always end up in the same ugly place.
Damn, this is profound.
Magneto knows us better than Charles ever did. That most of us experience tragedies like Genosha as a bit of deja vu before getting on with our day.
Isn't that timely?
The scariest thing about Genosha, it was a thought. The only sane thought you can have when being chased by giant robots that were built to crush you.
He's gonna get his old suit back.
Yeah, I think he's gonna come in the red.
Magneto was right.
Oh, they said the thing!
Magneto was right.
They said the thing!
He said it! He said it!
Whoa! Oh my god. Yes! Oh shit.
Silver Samurai and Spider-Man. Omega Red, dude!
Hey, he's a vet. Oh, Magneto, you boss.
Just
you
taking
boss.
him out with a giant EMP.
Boss. Go back to Spider-Man.
How's he doing?
And Captain America.
Magneto actually did it.
Saved our hides?
No, declared war. Where's the professor when you need him?
Right on time.
Woo! I hope that I'm not too late. To me, my X-Men.
Whoa. Goosebumps.
Holy crap, what an episode.
Another great installment. Another fantastic installment.
It's surreal how good the show is.
It's interesting watching a show where you feel like sometimes it's like hopping around between stuff, but you're just watching how it's all tying together in such a nice bow and setting up for a season 2 as well.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
I'm just so grateful for this existing.
That was beautiful. Let's talk about it. I'm excited to talk about it. Let's talk about it. Well, my big takeaway.
Yes.
Was that we were able, after a very long day, and this man was in the hospital till 6 in the morning. That's a true story.
Yeah, no, it's been a day.
Has an eardrum problem. We were able to stay focused, attentive, reactionary, full of life, and after sweating in the other office because it was obnoxiously hot and he was filming for an hour, we stayed hydrated with G Fuel, their hydration formula, and it tastes delicious. And I drink the powder every day. The caffeinated one keeps me going, and now the whole team is addicted to it. Kind of pisses me off because all you guys keep stealing my G Fuel. I call it stealing when I'm like, yeah, sure.
Maybe enjoy that. Yeah, that's why we got it.
But inside, I'm brimming with fury.
Here it's theft.
Because I want to give, but I'm not comfortable giving away stuff that really works for me
He wants
every
to give,
single
but he doesn't
day.
want to have less of things. It's really tricky. It's a conundrum.
It's a dichotomy that I struggle with every day. And also, I mean, Professor X and everything. What a great ending. Dude. And Professor X to be my Walkman. Another great way to support the channel. Just plugging so many things right now.
I was trying to talk about the show and he's still plugging.
We're just a product machine now. Oh, that's all we're doing. We're just a factory of endorsements.
Who else we got? Who else we got? Patron of the day shout out to get in there.
We'll get there later.
Okay, don't worry, it's
the
coming.
Patreon. But no, seriously, get yourself a t-shirt. Look how great this looks. Now imagine that the proper nah is here. But it looks great.
To me, my X-Men discussion. To me, my X-Men discussion.
Translates well. Like, you know, sometimes we create the designs and we're like, we're not sure how it's going to look on the tee, but then, man, does it look great. But anyway, let's talk about the episode now, Coy. Please buy a shirt and buy some G Fuel and support our Patreon page. And, you know, and while you're at it, donate to my personal bank account while you're at it. Coy, I think we should talk about the episode. Enough with your stalling. That's Spider-Man cameo.
They actually did it. Spider-Man.
There was a
They didn't even need to
Spider-Man
speak.
cameo.
Didn't even need to speak, and I was so excited.
Yeah, see, there was like a
30 years.
crossover.
I've waited.
And the Spider-Man show was a crossover with the X-Men. But Spider-Man, he didn't appear in the X-Men show. All he got was the thwip moment. And it was like enough of a
showed it, and it was the right style of animation. He did it, and he looked just like
classical
him.
animation.
Because Uncanny X-Men number 35, which came out in 1967, was a huge deal because it crossed over two of the huge iconic Marvel characters of the time. Because Spider-Man was invented a mere 2 years after the X-Men, and they crossed over in Uncanny X-Men 35. And when that happened, it felt like that.
I don't even know what else happened in this episode.
I assume a lot. No, those episodes was incredible. I love the family dynamics you brought up. I really
that was pretty much my only commentary.
You're just like,
I was just like, family dynamics. I sound smart.
He's out here Vin Diesel Tourette's and just family.
Just gonna family. Repeat it several times.
Intellectual.
Wow, you seem like you have observations.
This man knows nuance.
I know nuance by pointing out the obvious theme.
But I did enjoy the different elements of family, and then at the end of the episode, the family came together, the family that is the X-Men. So I love when it's A plot, B plot, C plot that becomes the new A plot, and then they're able to spread it out again. Like each of these episodes is really beautiful in its pacing because there's so many different things going on, and they're able to spread them into different storylines so you feel connected to the characters' arcs and what they're going through, but then they always find a way to spin them together again.
Yeah.
And it's really impressive. The pacing, obviously the writing, but not just the writing and dialogue, but the writing in the actual overarching story like I'm describing. And then the animation in this episode was so well mapped out, so well choreographed. The fights, like all of them. The Summers using their powers so Summersy. It's like I never would have thought Cyclops in, I do believe that was a nod towards, in the movie it was a Mazda RX-8 because I remember the marketing, but this was a Porsche. But the blue car, using that with his optic blast to drift, and then Cable, and that being like a father-son bonding moment while June's like a proud mom calmly using telekinesis. And then you've got Nightcrawler and Wolverine swashbuckling with 9 reasons to do this. And then the Wolverine out of the plane moment that was just insane. This episode, we were promised at the top that the last 3 would be mind-blowing, and I was a little worried because the rest of the show has been so good that if you've got perfect, how do you make the end more perfect? This was so good.
Yeah, and it's like, did Xavier show up too late? You know, just speaking of the Wolverine stab moment, I
like that you were making fun of yourself for not being subtle, that you just repeated the end of Xavier's line. You're like, I get nuance. Speaking of which, Xavier, when he said, "Am I late?" did that mean, am I late?
No, wait. Well, sorry. You made so many points, and then my mind hopped to some other point you made because you hopped around the points.
And then I brought it back together.
But you brought it back together like a web, like Spider-Man.
Did you see it?
But with the Wolverine stab, one of the fun things about the Wolverine animated is you never see him stab a human being. You never do. And oh my God, I'm blanking on her name. Trish? Not Trish. God damn it.
Trish Tilby.
It's Trish Tilby?
Yeah,
it was Trish.
Wrong. Yeah, it was Trish.
Yes. Trish Takanawa is Family Guy. Trish Tilby. It's just they're both TTs.
I was like, they'll relate. Yeah. That cameo is going to be great. What do you mean, Craig?
Both reporters, so it's really easy to get confused. But he stabs her in the back, and even though she is like activated Prime Sentinel moment, it does give you that visceral reaction of he's stabbing a human. And you never saw that in the original animated series.
That's
And
a good point.
They found a way to implement that where you're not like, he's not killing some
like
human
Multiverse
being.
of Madness, the oil on WandaVision.
Yeah.
Like the blood is oil, so it's okay.
They found a really smart, creative way to pay that off. And yeah, with Xavier coming in saying that, am I too late? What I do like about that is because Magneto, with him being positioned as the leader of the X-Men, and maybe he's going to be swayed down the path that Charles had always wanted him to go down, but this being the catalyst, the ultimate thing to like pretty much like I imagine like a pinball, just you yank it back and boop, shoo, goes through it all, and now it's coming full circle where all right, it's his full vision coming to fruition now. It is a full-on war that has now been declared, and Xavier is showing up right at the end of it. And maybe like, you might be too late. There's a war. You might be too late. Actually, you just might be too late. And I love the dilemma that presents for everyone here.
Yeah.
Like, that is a scary proposition. And this villain Bastion, I'm not familiar with him. I've been learning about him via the show, through your video, through all the explanation you keep doing. But the way they illustrate him here, where he comes across like some visionary CEO of sorts. Like the way he talks. Yes, there's a Machiavellian tactic. I learned the word this weekend. There's a Machiavellian tactics to the way he's doing it, but it's really easy to have a character like him come across very cliche. But I think the way they write his dialogue with this sort of inspirational, motivational speaker type of way, where you're like, he talks about it like it's just business tactics in a way.
You know what he is? The ultimate tech bro.
He really is the ultimate tech bro, and I love that about it. It's so smart the way they've done it.
They've turned a character from the 90s into the most 2024
It's the most topical type of villain you could illustrate.
Yeah.
In a way that normally when they do that in a movie or show, it feels like writers pandering.
Right,
and
it can, yeah.
Here, it actually feels embellished in the actual show, the world that it's inhabiting. But that allows for these action scenes that we're talking about with beautiful cinematography to pay off in a way that feels so earned, and is constantly rooted in emotion. That's what generates the excitement. You know, when we're like hootering and hollering, and Spider-Man is a great film, but everything else, like the hootering and hollering, is coming in because we are so emotionally invested in the stakes of what's happening, because it's all doom and gloom, and it's just like, damn, these guys are fucked right now.
Yeah.
So then when Wolverine's like slashing through and Nightcrawler and they're teaming up, even though when they are like winning, God, it's so brilliant, because the more I talk about it, the more I'm realizing, because this is how I view what we're doing here when we're filming a video. I view it like I've brought this point up with people in communication here lately, is like, reaction is just instinctual, what you're talking about. I'm just talking about in terms of when you're just having a discussion. And what is the latter thing that I say? I have been saying it all week.
Like the shared connection about
no. React when we're just talking with people. I've been drawing blanks all day.
It is also 1 in the morning.
It is 1 in the morning, but we've had a day. You've had more of a day than me. But I've had a day too. I've had some stuff go down. But oh my gosh, Coy? Help me remember. I've said it to you.
You need to clarify which thing you've talked about. A lot of
talking
things.
About in terms of responding. God damn it.
Versus reacting.
Yeah. So like more than when we're reviewing. That's why I review this. Like when in conversation, you could either react or respond. And responding is taking time to think about it. So when we're reacting, that's just what you're seeing right here, just the emotions that are coming through in this. And then as we're discussing it, we're responding. And as we're responding, like more things come to mind that I didn't think about.
Because you're reliving it, you're processing.
Yeah, and it's and because of this thing that where I was getting so focused on wanting to respond and find that word, I forgot what I wanted to respond about, and it'll come back to me after I grab this footage to start uploading. So why don't you just start talking about some other points, Coy? Then I'm going to remember what I was talking about, because it had something to do with Magneto. I'm buying myself time, Coy.
Good. Okay, Magneto was right. I'm going to launch from there. The concept of Magneto was right is one of my favorite in the X-Men. I talk about Cyclops was right a lot. It's a similar idea. So the ideologies at play in Xavier versus Magneto, I have always really enjoyed, because at times I identify with Xavier and at times I identify with Magneto, but they're both such well fleshed out concepts that Magneto Was Right is going to be really fun to explore, because at this point humanity has proven him right time and time again. At this point he's been pushed to the edge. At this point it is time to go in the more Malcolm X direction, between the beautiful metaphor of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X with these characters. And I really am curious how they're going to temper Xavier, because at this point, what else does Magneto need to prove? And we see his giant power set used here. So I'm really excited for what could possibly land the season finale, knowing we're going to get a season 2, knowing this giant war has started, and knowing this, like, Operation Zero Tolerance has happened. Like, we just got so much of that comic here. The mansion's destroyed, as it always is. But I really, really want to see Magneto's ideology expressed. And I'm really excited for that dialogue of what's about to come from him, probably in his original suit. I think he's going to suit up and monologue.
I remembered, because you were talking about Magneto, was that the resort that Magneto gets to, the entire show of X-Men, what's so brilliant about what I thought that they did in this episode is that the entire run of X-Men, the original series, Xavier and Eric are at war with one another based off their ideologies of how they view the differences here with humanity and mutants, and that one should coexist and the other no, we can't coexist. And when it gets to this moment where Magneto does the ultimate power move, you know, where he is declaring war, he really has no other option in that moment. So to propel you to the point of the moment where they were talking about this is what Magneto has always wanted to do this entire time, it's left here as an audience member to go, well, he had no choice in that moment.
How do you think this is going to go?
Versus before, whenever he's like, I'm doing it. You're like, no, Magneto, slow down.
Let's try this other stuff first.
No, wait, hold on. Let me interrupt your thought process and your pattern here for a second. This puts you as an audience like, no, actually, when we're here, we're going, badass move.
Awesome.
I'm not even thinking about the consequences of what this might lead to, actually.
And how many humans are dead? Like, there's so many moments where it's like, yeah, he just stabbed a human that happens to be an android zombie.
Exactly. Like, that is brilliant writing there because it puts you in the dilemma with them of, yeah, Magneto was right in that moment. And I like how they're illustrating, because, you know, they're talking about how history repeats itself. Magneto knows humanity best.
The sense of deja vu or trauma was really, that was painful. Right?
Humanity repeating traumatic history patterns and the constant acknowledgement of the numbers on the
his brand,
prison identifier numbers, of World War II, and seeing how they're headed down that path. That's also what Bastion wants, right? Is to become.
Oh, Bastion already won. That's what's crazy. Is like Bastion did use Xavier's absence in the way that he wanted to manipulate it, and now Magneto is going to be the one that's making choices, and Xavier's coming from behind the 8-ball for the first time.
Yeah, well, he's seeing that. You know, he wants to enslave mutants. You know, and it's like that's what Magneto already had to fight against in his youth.
Yeah.
As when it wasn't about mutants versus humans.
Intolerance is extinction is such a fascinating turn of phrase with where this first of 3 episodes lands.
Yeah, see, I feel like, you know, when my brain catches up,
when you're working,
I could kind of say something relatively
People do
okay.
watch us talk about saying
eventually
things
I might
when
say
we
something
get there.
relatively smart.
Don't worry, this hour-long edit will be a 15-minute. No, we've been talking for 15 minutes.
This review does not get edited. We keep all the flubs in here, Coy. You know how we do.
That's true. That's true. I'm really. I don't know if I've been this excited for a finale other than Loki. Loki had me in the same level of like apprehensive glee, and I've loved Marvel TV overall. You know, not everything's perfect, but more wins than losses. This X-Men show, I have not felt like this about an animated show in a long time.
I would definitely say about I love Invincible.
Yeah.
And I think in terms of absorbing a lot, from like youth to now with DC and Marvel animated properties, like this is easily one of the best.
And this is coming from someone who sees the animation medium as a medium, not a genre. I'm not disparaging animation. I just usually don't connect with the characters quite as deeply as I do with live action, because it's an association of the actors that you see Ryan Gosling, you've got 20 movies that you associate with him. It's not like this new character. And with animation, you're giving me a brand new clean slate. I've got my association of the character. I see Wolverine, I go, oh, I love Wolverine, but you're giving me a new take on him that I'm trying to love, and it's made me love these characters. Obviously, the original X-Men 92 to 96, like that gave us so much that this is building off of, but they've done such an exceptional job just turning that, remixing that, changing that, like giving this new thing that I'm week to week waiting for Tuesday. And this feels so unique, building up to a finale, so unique, having this 3-part series that everything has felt like a cliffhanger. These are cliffhangers.
Yeah.
Like everything else has been like, oh, wait and see. This is like, I'm a third of the way through this anxiety attack. Like I'm so excited.
Because they're also complete episodes.
Yeah. Yeah, this one has a whole arc.
When you say part 1, 2, and 3, I'm thinking that, yeah, while it ends with like a definitive cliffhanger, it still feels like a complete package of an episode, you know?
Yeah, it doesn't feel like they left us like...
Yeah, they just cut it off.
Deal with it.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like
Last line.
Cut it off in the middle or
30
some
minutes
shit.
and unplug.
Yeah, like it feels like a very specific installment or a very specific chapter, I would say.
And what a moment, like the Magneto like build up. That was... And we keep yelling about cameos, but it also is such a great way to consciously use cameos that felt earned. You're showing the planet and the ramifications of something. You're about to see all of these characters affected by something. That's a really smart way to do something instead of just like, here's a cameo because it's cool.
I mean, you know, when you're cutting to like Samurai, when you're cutting to Omega Red, when you're creating that, those feel a little bit more like, yeah, we're acknowledging the expansion of the world. But then other times they use these cameos like Doctor Doom or Zemo,
dude,
in a way that just feels like, oh yeah, they've always just been there.
Yeah,
you know?
I loved that Zemo pop because it was like just another face on a screen, but of course he'd be there.
Yeah. I think the show's just so wonderfully done.
Yeah,
and
so impressed.
The way they've been fleshing out Nightcrawler, I feel like he's a character. I mean, I hope people like highlight him more, maybe because he gets like an actual action scene. People will.
Tail as a sword, that swashbuckler.
But as this like hyper empathetic character, being this like the ultimate character to talk to, of who was such a spiritual character.
Yeah.
To walk around and lay down these wonderful words of wisdom and anecdotes. That line essentially, family is blood, but family is choice.
Yeah.
So true. So true. And I just realized too with the Summers, it's kind of like in a way, Cyclops is Kyle Reese.
To your Genesis
John Connor.
Really making this Terminator through line
Jean
work.
Grey Sarah Connor.
I mean, yeah.
Kinda.
Rob, what do you think of this parallel?
In a way.
I love the family, obviously pockets, but I also like that the Summers family is such a mess, and the Jean, who can't escape Madeline in the series, accepting her son in a really wonderful way. Like, I really loved that Scott is trying to get his approval. Jean just accepts him as he is. And Jean, even though she's dealing with all this stuff, was in a state of Zen calm. And I really like that family bond. It felt like she was just happy to have them together.
Yeah.
And that was fascinating to translate in an action scene where they're like under duress and she just seemed like a family. Got them.
Yeah, I mean, that existentialism crisis that she's dealing with wasn't just, all right, Madeline's gone. Like, I love how it's a lingering process, and the idea of shared memories. It's, you know, like, you can kind of question yourself, like, oh, are my memories a lie? If I was actually in that place, would I be responding that way, or am I only responding that way because, or should I say reacting that way? Would I be reacting that way because, what was it talking about?
It's family, Madeline leaving,
it's happening
her having
the
a whole
last few hours of my day. It's happening all day. I'm like, oh my God, I'm in the middle of a thought and I'm losing
all the Madeline parallels, her having to deal with Madeline leaving and what that left Scott like. And
hey, man, this is authentic. What more do you want?
Last thing I want to say, because I'm dying.
We are just on a great
in a mess.
Physical kick.
Just our bodies are falling apart. Just actually before your eyes.
Finally be together in person.
Yeah, and I'm like,
and we're just like, I can't think.
I can't move my left foot. It's gone numb. But I think for comic fans, they're doing a really good job paralleling Cassandra Nova with Bastion in a really interesting way. They're combining E For Extinction and the new X-Men Grant Morrison arc with the Operation Zero Tolerance Lobdell arc. So the Lobdell arc from the 90s, I believe it's the early 2000s, the new X-Men run, and those are totally different storylines, but the way they're able to blend these two very iconic storylines together, and then also the way they're making Madeline Pryor, not quite an Emma Frost, but the way they're making another woman. Like, Scott's got another woman. She happens to be the twin. Right. And that's a storyline that obviously exists in the comics. That's all the Inferno stuff. But in the comics, throughout the new X-Men arc, Emma Frost is kind of manipulating Scott in her own way, and you find out later that he cheated on Jean with Emma. And Emma's not in this. Well, she's got a moment. She, you know, her evolution in the Diamond, but like, she's not that character in this. I love that Madeline Pryor is kind of like doing the Inferno storyline and new X-Men storyline. I love they're doing the Operation Zero Tolerance and the new X-Men storyline, and it doesn't feel like they're sacrificing the heart of either. So if you're a comic fan, this is really cool and exciting because I've got some ideas of where they might go, but the writers are geniuses because they keep being like, oh, you know that comic? How about Left Turn? And then like you get to be like, oh, I didn't. So I'm really excited for the last two episodes because I know where it could go, but they keep tricking me, and I'm so appreciative of the writers loving the comic so much that they know not one storyline, but enough to go like, haha.
Amen. Amen to that, man. All right, Coy. Well, guys, what did you think about this episode?
Oh, God. Too much X-Men. It's a good episode. Wow.
I'll tell you, I'm awake, though.
Guys, we talk for a living. Here we are. doing what we do.
Am I just
for a living?
Is this me affirming what's going on in my brain? Just like, am I making? I feel like I'm probably making it worse.
I think the part of your brain that needs to focus is over here looking at the part of your brain not focusing.
So I'm just not focusing more because I'm so focused on not focusing.
I've slept 3 hours. I'm proud to know what Spider-Man's name is.
So you are still exceptionally sharper than me.
I am just
on all fronts.
And this I filmed a movie today too, dude.
I know.
I'm tired.
You filmed the whole movie on set, 16 hours today.
Yeah.
Acting it Peter in a Voss bottle.
Guys, I'm playing Angel.
Peter
Voss bottle.
You caught it.
I'm always listening. Oh, wow. That was good. I was 8 hours late. Pete in a Voss bottle, and here we are.
Hopefully you guys got that.
This is just for the people that are here 20 minutes into our madness.
All right. Well, leave your thoughts down below. Thanks, Coy, for being here.
So good to be back.
Let's plug that Patreon with a Patron of the Day shout out.
Knew it was coming.
Ian Simon.
Chewing on a name, Ian Simon.
Ian Simon. I get really annoyed when people chew gum while they're filming here. And I just realized I'm doing exactly that right now.
It's okay. You needed to walk a mile in their shoes, so now you can, like full license to unleash on people. Like Ian Simon.
Yeah, Ian Simon, man.
We're probably chewing gum right now during this shout out while we're trying to talk to you. Or maybe you are the most polite person there is. Maybe you were chewing gum at the start of this and then you took it out because you didn't want to miss a single one of these pearls of love and adulation we are here to adorn your body and mind with. All right? Ian, Simon, two strong, masculine names.
Two masculine,
for
strong.
a sophisticated, strong guy.
He's got the balls, man.
Got
the
so
cojones,
many
man.
cojones,
Got the cojones,
bro.
man.
You got like 3 or 4 of those
Too many
things.
cojones.
Save some for the rest of us,
doctor,
Ian
man.
Simon.
Here's
Yeah,
your position,
yeah.
man.
You need a treatment
You need a
for this,
prostate
buddy.
exam,
You
man.
need some kind of excision. Or at least an incision. And
got
then,
growth spurt, man.
Yeah, dude, you got that growth spurt all in one place. And you got to share your secrets with us.
Got so many balls,
because we're getting too soy over here in this corner, and we could use a little bit of your red meat vibe, all right? So, hey, enlighten us and keep setting that example by being pledged, all right? That's the most, masculine thing you could possibly do. That's alpha right there. That's apex predator.
Alpha, man.
Ian
That's
Simon.
Andrew Tate right there, man.
That's Andrew Tate, and that's who you want to be. So stay, stay. There's no word that I can say to that end that won't get this video. You get the point anyway. We love you and stay you.
Rock on.